Okay, there is a bear outside. And I'm getting fucking tired of this day. I went to sleep and I woke up and my body had had a chance to break away from the parasites and the zombie apocalypse that we're a part of. And I was able to let go and attune myself to sort of a spiritual internet where I was able to transcend reality into a video game, and I was immediately met with aggressive, monstrous spirits that, in my godlike resistance, where I could just say no. You hear that noise? That tapping? Doot, 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 doot. You see that light out there? You see that? You see those eyes peering at me from behind the tree right there? Hello. How many of you are there? It's running at me. Where's my pepper spray? That's my loon. Pepper spray, where's my bat? I'm barefoot, okay. Let me move into position. I still see you, motherfucker. Let me make sure that my pants are on. Do I have anything? I have the guitar that can make noise. You like blues guitar? I'm playing a character of an old man in a cabin. Unless it's my ancestor. Do you think that's my ancestor? You think that's my ancestor floating through the ether? And that's him communicating to these creatures? When I go, you like blues? And I start to talk like I'm a pilgrim or something, or like some type of Irishman in the country. They're not leaving, which means they think I'm a bitch, huh? Huh? There's no food. I'd give you food if you came at me in the daytime, which means you're probably a raccoon. But the footsteps are too big to be a raccoon, and I've hung out with bears before. I know how they sound, so I'm assuming that's the cub and the mother, and they're not leaving because they think their mother will kill me. Oh, say, can you pee? Can I pee, please? Stupid satanic sex magic. I don't mean to be unfriendly, but you have a bite force akin to the pressure of being hit by a semi-truck. This is going to be a fun night. I'm going to take a piss alone. I'm taking a piss. I'm taking a piss. I'm taking a piss. I think we found whatever those eyes were last night. Oh, last night I took a video and I said that there were eyes outside right fucking there. And y'all didn't believe me, huh? Y'all didn't believe me that my family's some special bloodline. And they are involved in some type of cult that's been bothering me my entire life. Everything is like Beau is Afraid. Truman Show. Y'all didn't believe me that when I tried to run away, my handlers showed up. And they still show up. Y'all didn't believe me that I'm a 33 life path, born in the 11th named fucking Casey. Can y'all tell me where... Remember the eyes we saw right there? Remember the thing we saw standing right there? In between these two ferns, like Zach Galifianakis? You can't, because there's no eyes. I'm telepathically communicating with a creature I don't want to speak to, but it's not leaving, and it's slowly moving across the tree line, and I'm feeling fear. But it's not my fear, it's transmitted onto me. I'm Irish or something! And I've been through so much in my life, it doesn't really faze me, man. Leave me alone. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this with you. You heard me? Woo! Where's my bat? It's in my hand. I'm gonna make some loud noises. I saw a spirit. I can't tell you what I just saw. Um, I'd like to like I'm not a retard, and I'm very hyper vigilant from a whole life of PTSD, and I've been out in the woods for a long time. So when I tell you that those creatures we just saw should have made noise, I should have heard them clawing up the side of the tree, and I should have heard them run. Instead, what I heard is two footsteps. I mean, footsteps from something that walks on two legs. And I saw a pair of two eyes. And I'm still seeing it. And I'm seeing these things sort of taunting me from behind the trees. And the lights not only reflect off the light, but they have their own light. So even if I turn this phone off, which I'm not going to do, you hear them slowly closing in? Isn't it some type of huge planetary thing? Oh, I was explaining how I saw a bunch of spirits in the daytime. Every time I tune into the spirit realm, it's just really, there's really aggressive things. Maybe I experienced my own reflection. Because I'm aggressive, and there are spirits out there that aren't bothering me specifically. And I'm the aggressive one now. So maybe I tuned into the experience from the being's perspective hours before, and I just assumed because of how bright it was. Hello, you hear him? It's the last Mimsy in this motherfucker. He's asking me for food. I can't, because then you'll come back. Like, that sounds like a raccoon to me, but it also kind of sounds like it's emulating a raccoon because of the amount of times that I've risen my awareness and I've had something metallic and robotic start communicating to me from outside the cabin. So I know that sounds like a raccoon, but I just really don't trust it anymore. I don't really trust anything anymore in this world. We saw its eyes, but it's not leaving, and it keeps, when it looks at me, I can feel fear. Like it tries to make me afraid and feel weak. I'm getting tons of like this fear-ridden transference of energy. And then I look out and I see things that obviously are not a raccoon, like glowing hairs that grow out of something I can't see. And the glowing hairs try to connect with me like Avatar. That shit is not a raccoon. So I'm like, I know I have a spirit team. Maybe these raccoons have a set of ethereal spirits that are with it. Here's just more further evidence that I tried to take a picture the other day, and there was something standing right there. It's talking to me. There's a lot of fucking movement. There's a lot more movement. This is one of those things. Remember last May, the May before the last one, I said that there was a demonic spirit that attacked me, and the forest spirits came out to protect me and scare that thing off because it was disturbing nature. Pachamama, just heard Pachamama come out of the fucking woods. I know who Pachamama is. That's like the Inca equivalent of Cernunnos. And then it came from the deer head right there. Just kidding. It actually came through the window there. So we're getting this. We've got that going. Flashlight on this side. Ain't nobody can't tell me I ain't brave. Now we're gonna get the socks I preemptively got today. I just followed the God thing. So I had the horrible experience with the bad person. So I know that immediately I'll have an opportunity to have a good experience with a good person. And that good person, when I went there, started talking to me about Satan. So I know that immediately afterwards it will be followed up by a bad experience, which I had with the crows and that stranger in the food bank that went ha 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 earlier today. So then I knew that it would be immediately followed by a good experience, so I took the opportunity to go to a thrift store where I was gifted a bunch of things for free. And I got a ride back to my portable charger I was charging. Then I had the bad experience. No. After that, I decided to get a ride back, and that's when the experience turned bad. So then I knew I would have a good experience with the man on the bus. And then I had a bad experience when I got here, and I was sort of like attacked in the spirit realm. I had this higher awakening, and I realized that there was tons of things in spirit around me at all times. And those things were hostile to me. So I knew I would immediately have a good experience. I had a great night's sleep. I slept for like 8 hours. So I'm just making noise and I'm testing the waters to see what this creature is going to do, because it's not leaving. And it doesn't live here. Hear it? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I've clocked so far on this side. And they all have different size footsteps. One of them is walking on 2 feet. I know for a fact, because I know how my footsteps sound. So there's a humanoid of some kind. Last night we saw the humanoid with the glowing face outside the window. Right here. Low note from the sky. Wasn't a plane. Way too fast. So that was something going. Urgh. Okay, now they're surrounding me on all sides. There's nowhere I can run. Let's close this door. This isn't what I asked for when I said I'm okay with insectoids revealing themselves. I said approach me in the daytime at a river and give me some obvious signage. Do not pull this epic prank on me. I remember there was this old video, maybe it was on True TV, it was when I was 7, I think. It was when I lived at Peters, so I might have been 11. No, it might have been, I can't remember where I saw it, but it was at my dad's, so it must have been 5th, 6th grade. And there was this bus, and they told the kids they were going on a field stage a fake invasion on the kids in the bus. So all the kids were hiding on the bus and screaming, and they brought it to like kids and recorded it live. And I'm like, oh, that they see children as vessels and gateways to the divine where they siphon out their life. and they keep them as thralls to orbit around the elite people or the vampires, whatever, to consistently have an IV bag full of spiritual manifestation, purity, light, that they just consistently suck out because they keep the child and his attention and all the purity to have it sent to the vampire. So what am I? A 33 life path that they've trapped, and my whole life I've been trapped, even if the adventure seems fun and I have this cool, and I can barely think all day, and I'm like, I wonder, like, I know I have the amount of times that I've gotten like a full awakening of what I'm capable of and the things that I can create and work with in spirit with in real life. I know I'm capable of those things. So I'm like, these times where I can't think at all for like 6 months at a time, where I'm just struggling and I can't have an original thought. I can't be authentic and actually speak. There's tons of spiritual warfare immediately. Like, I'll go in spirit and see that usually run the same traumatic. I'm in like this. I wonder what they're doing with in my life, and call me Carson's life. CK, Carson King. Call me Carson, CMC. That's 3133. There's initials. Here's some moldy bread. Would you like it? Okay, there's something over there. Look for eyes. Okay. Something said, you're flirting with death. As soon as you cut off all distractions from your life, you become painfully aware you're a character in a TV show, and you have sort of a set. You have people working in production. You have people working. Oh, the geese are here now. Suddenly there are geese on my left side, because they don't like when you raise awareness to them. They say, the spiritual community says, your spirit guides like that they can work in the background and you don't acknowledge them. So your manifestations happen easier if you don't acknowledge your spirit guides directly. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of hogwash for saying don't talk about what you're seeing. Okay? I mean, something just came down from the ceiling and played my song. And we only scheme of the best way to wake up the people not ready to feel it. My love is eternal. My love is While I'm singing, I can see sparkling things in the forest. The fae. The fairy people. James Buchanan Barnes. I said to give me a sign, something that said that, like, give me something that shows me that you don't like this deer here, and I will give him a proper burial. But where I was coming from is seems like a rare gift. I didn't kill the deer, and if I didn't take it, who knows who was going to buy it? Sort of like waste not. It just sucks. When you live in a Beau is Afraid style simulation, there's no one you can talk to, even if you say like the most obvious stuff. Like, you'll go in a group of 100,000 people and they respond to everybody saying like, the man just being blah, 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 blah. But then I say, I have video evidence of years of some type of they don't like it when I bring attention to them. Hello, white moth. I feel like the creatures are gone, but I feel like they did some type of grid work, sort of like Paranormal Activity with all the witches. Ain't that a kick in the head? It's like, did I only get a good night's sleep? Did they allow me to have a good night's sleep just so that I could be conscious for this ritual? Oh, the butterfly is on my crotch. Ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. Hugged her and she hugged back. Either way, the animals have gone. Makes no sense to me. I'm assuming if they are animals, they're in a tree. Because I would have heard them. And I could still see their energetic... I don't know how to describe it. It's just... You could think of conscious roots that can move fast instead of slow grow. Or... oh, God. Nature very quickly just showed me all the different relationships I'm being protected from. All the people trying to work into my simulation to consciously invade my space, to take over how I think, to spread their influence. Because humanity mostly just thinks of things as power. So there's a Capricorn, obviously. Ethan was a Capricorn. Planet Hank is a Capricorn. There's another Capricorn in town that walked up to me and said, "You have a spiritual gift. I'm going to take it." He lunged at me. So I talked him into speaking about his mommy issues, and I played him for a fool, and then I gave him an opportunity to help. I said, maybe you can reverse the damage you did. And then later, he offered to give me his very rich family's tent. So we're going to bless it tomorrow. Yeah, I can feel nature just, it's like lots of different forces at work trying to gain control of my spine and sort of infest my back, gain control of me, keep me attached. And when nature hits and nature kind of gets its way in and I feel raped and possessed, then you can hear the animals start moving again, because it's probably controlling all of them. Tomorrow when the sun is up, I'm going to be raking. And I'm going to be moving all this stuff that the animals might think is food. Like that extremely moldy piece of bread that no animal eats. After this mold has started growing in here, the mice left. The mice do not come in here after their food stash made one of them sick, probably. All right. Yep, they're coming back. They didn't go far, they're just circling around. Okay, more lights in the woods. It's not reflections of eyes, it's like sparkling glitter. It's not dust or anything, because the light's not pointed at it. I mean, I can feel a bunch of spiritual forces putting pressure and attacking me. I think I'm going to sleep with my boots on tonight. Yep. They're trying to insert another person's consciousness again to try to dominate me and take away my ability to think, my self-worth, my ability to have an identity, or the ability to control my own narrative and actually breathe. So they use people that have traumatized me in the past to try to keep holding that feeling that someone else had hurt me so bad it took everything. So weird. It's never a one-off noise unless it's like a rock thrown at the side. They work in synchronous. I just saw a giant face. It's aliens, and then it just kind of warped my thinking for a second and said the word angel. But I'm seeing the Mandela catalog where something else is trying to tell me that's not an angel, that's the thing that pretends to be an angel. And then I immediately said I was going to keep my boots on, and then as soon as I went unconscious for a second, I took my boots off. Immediately doing the opposite of what I had set the intention to do, like immediate self-sabotage. And now it's getting hard to move. If they just wanted food, it would be much different. All right. I'm sure they're going to try again, but for now.